Ladies and gentlemen, in life we all face challenges. Whether it's adversity in our personal lives, obstacles in our careers, or the pressure of everyday struggles, the one thing we must remember is that mental toughness and resilience are the key to overcoming these difficulties and achieving success. These qualities are not something we are born with. They are skills we can develop, sharpen, and strengthen over time. Mental toughness is about having the strength to keep moving forward even when it feels impossible. Resilience is about bouncing back after setbacks, learning from failure, and refusing to let anything define your limits. Today, I want to share with you 3 essential ways you can build mental toughness and resilience in your life. Embracing adversity as fuel for growth is one of the most powerful mindsets you can adopt in life. It transforms how you approach challenges, how you respond to failure, and how you ultimately grow as a person. Life is full of ups and downs, periods of prosperity and times of struggle. But it is through the struggles, the obstacles, and the hardships that we truly find the strength to evolve. Adversity has a way of forcing us to confront our weaknesses, our fears, and our limitations. It forces us out of our comfort zones and into a space where real change can occur. When we embrace adversity as a stepping stone to growth, we shift our perspective from victimhood to empowerment. We stop seeing ourselves as passive recipients of hardship and begin to see ourselves as active participants in our own transformation. The idea that adversity can fuel growth is not just a motivational phrase. It is a mindset that can drastically change the trajectory of our lives. Think about some of the greatest success stories in history. Whether it's in business, sports, or personal achievement, many successful individuals have faced tremendous adversity before reaching the heights of their accomplishments. Steve Jobs was famously ousted from the company he founded, only to return years later and lead Apple to unparalleled success. Oprah Winfrey endured a difficult childhood, facing abuse and poverty, yet she transformed those experiences into the fuel for her rise to become one of the most influential media moguls of all time. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison for his activism against apartheid in South Africa. But he emerged from that imprisonment as a global symbol of resilience and leadership. These individuals didn't avoid adversity. They confronted it head-on, learned from it, and used it as the driving force behind their success. The key to their success wasn't in avoiding hardship, but in embracing it, learning from it, and using it to grow stronger. Adversity has a way of showing us what we're truly made of. It reveals our limits and tests our strength. But more importantly, it opens the door to personal transformation. Without facing hardship, we may never discover the depths of our own resilience. When things are easy, it's easy to get complacent, to stay in the comfort zone, and to never challenge ourselves. But when adversity strikes, we are forced to confront the reality of our weaknesses. We are pushed to adapt, to develop new skills, and to rethink our approach to life. It is in these moments of hardship that we are given the opportunity to grow. But this growth does not happen automatically. It requires a shift in how we view the challenge. When we face adversity, we have a choice. We can allow it to break us, or we can allow it to build us. We can either succumb to defeat or use it as the fuel to push forward. One of the first steps in embracing adversity is to change the way we think about failure. Many people fear failure, viewing it as something to be avoided at all costs. But failure is not the end. It is merely a part of the process. Failure is a teacher, not a sentence. When we fail, we have the chance to reflect, to learn, and to adjust our approach. Failure is a form of feedback. It tells us what's not working so that we can change course. In fact, some of the most successful people in the world have failed more times than they can count. What sets them apart is not their lack of failure, but their ability to learn from it and keep going. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he invented the light bulb. But he didn't see those failures as setbacks. He saw them as experiments, each one teaching him something new. When he was asked about his failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,0,0,0 ways that won't work." This is the mindset that allows adversity to fuel growth. It is the understanding that failure is not final and that every setback is a stepping stone to eventual success. Adversity also forces us to develop emotional resilience. Life isn't always fair, and things don't always go as planned. We encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable, and at times we may feel as if the world is conspiring against us. In these moments, it's easy to feel defeated, overwhelmed, or even hopeless. However, these are precisely the moments when we have the opportunity to strengthen our emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep moving forward in the face of adversity, and to maintain a positive outlook even when things seem bleak. Developing emotional resilience requires us to build the mental and emotional tools to handle stress, disappointment, and failure. It involves learning how to stay grounded, how to regulate our emotions, and how to maintain focus on the bigger picture. Life may knock us down, but emotional resilience enables us to get back up again, stronger and more determined than before. Every time we pick ourselves up after a fall, we reinforce our ability to handle whatever life throws at us. Another key aspect of embracing adversity is developing the courage to step outside of our comfort zones. Growth doesn't happen when we stay in safe, familiar territory. It happens when we challenge ourselves to do the things that scare us, that push us to our limits, and that require us to take risks. Adversity forces us to take these risks, and in doing so, it opens up new possibilities for growth and achievement. When we are faced with challenges, we have a choice. We can run from them, or we can face them head on. Facing adversity requires courage, but it also requires a willingness to fail and to learn along the way. The more we step outside of our comfort zones, the more we grow. And with each new challenge we overcome, we build our confidence and strengthen our resolve. Embracing adversity also means learning how to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and things don't always go according to plan. The ability to adapt to changing circumstances is crucial for growth. Adapting doesn't mean giving up or giving in. It means adjusting our approach, finding new solutions, and remaining flexible in the face of uncertainty. Life may throw us curveballs, but it's how we respond to those curveballs that determines our success. Some of the most successful people in history have faced extreme adversity, but what set them apart was their ability to adapt, learn, and adjust their strategies in the face of difficulty. When we embrace adversity, we become more adaptable, more creative, and more resourceful. We learn to pivot, to find new ways of thinking, and to develop new skills that we never thought we had. Finally, embracing adversity builds our sense of purpose. When we go through hard times, we are often forced to question our goals, our values, and our priorities. Adversity strips away the superficial and forces us to focus on what truly matters. It helps us clarify our sense of purpose and gives us the motivation to keep moving forward. When we have a clear sense of purpose, we can withstand any challenge. because we know why we are doing what we are doing. Adversity can either distract us from our purpose or reinforce it, depending on how we respond. If we see hardship as an obstacle to our goals, it can lead us to give up. But if we see it as an opportunity to grow, it strengthens our resolve and fuels our determination to succeed. Adversity is not something to fear or avoid. It is a powerful tool for growth, transformation, and self-discovery. By embracing adversity, we unlock the potential for greater strength, resilience, and success. When we face challenges head-on, we become better equipped to handle whatever life throws at us. And with each challenge we overcome, we become more capable of achieving our dreams. So the next time adversity knocks on your door, don't shy away from it. Embrace it. Let it fuel your growth and push you toward becoming the best version of yourself. Self-discipline and consistency are the bedrock of personal growth, success, and long-term achievement. They are qualities that are often talked about but seldom fully understood or practiced by many. In a world that thrives on instant gratification, where distractions are constant and temptations are around every corner, the ability to exercise self-discipline and maintain consistency is more important than ever. These qualities are not innate. They are developed over time through intentional effort, and they require both patience and perseverance. Self-discipline is the ability to control one's emotions, behaviors, and actions in the face of external demands to achieve a greater goal. Consistency is the act of showing up day in and day out, regardless of circumstances. Together, they form the foundation upon which all success is built. Without self-discipline, our dreams and goals remain distant. Without consistency, our efforts fail to accumulate into meaningful progress. But when combined, self-discipline and consistency create a powerful force that propels us forward, even when the journey seems difficult or slow. The first step in developing self-discipline is understanding its true nature. Many people equate discipline with punishment or restriction, but in reality, self-discipline is a tool for freedom. It is the power to say no to the distractions, the temptations, and the immediate gratifications that would otherwise derail our progress. It is the ability to say yes to long-term goals and to make the sacrifices necessary to achieve them. The truth is, we all have desires. Some are productive, others are not. Self-discipline is the ability to manage those desires in a way that aligns with our greater objectives. It is about prioritizing the things that matter most and putting them above the fleeting pleasures that often derail us. This doesn't mean we must deny ourselves enjoyment or fun, but rather that we learn how to balance immediate desires with the bigger picture of our lives. Discipline is the muscle that helps us keep our eyes on the prize and our actions in alignment with our values and long-term aspirations. It is here that we grow and learn and keep improving things. In order to develop self-discipline, it is essential to start with small, achievable goals. It's easy to become overwhelmed if we set our sights on a massive goal without breaking it down into manageable steps. The key to building self-discipline is taking consistent, deliberate action over time. Start with small commitments that you can keep, such as waking up 10 minutes earlier each day, committing to a short exercise routine, or dedicating 30 minutes a day to learning something new. These small wins will build your confidence and gradually strengthen your self-discipline muscle. When we start small and begin to see progress, we begin to believe in our ability to follow through on larger commitments. Over time, these small habits will accumulate and become second nature. As we master one small task, we are able to take on bigger challenges with a greater sense of confidence and capability. Consistency plays a critical role in building self-discipline. It is not enough to have the motivation or the desire to achieve a goal. We must show up for ourselves every day, regardless of how we feel. This is where consistency comes into play. When you show up consistently, you begin to develop a rhythm. You stop relying on motivation, which is fleeting, and start relying on habits that are automatic and ingrained. For example, if you are trying to build a fitness routine, the key is not just exercising when you feel like it, but committing to exercise every single day, no matter the circumstances. When you exercise consistently, it becomes part of your identity. It stops being a chore and becomes an ingrained habit that you do without thinking about it. This is the power of consistency. It allows us to build momentum, to push through resistance, and to continue even when the initial excitement has worn off. The real work is done when motivation fades and consistency takes over. It's easy to work when you're inspired, but the true test of discipline is showing up when inspiration is nowhere to be found. Consistency is also important because it leads to compounding results. When we make progress every single day, no matter how small, the results compound over time. This is the principle of marginal gains. Small incremental improvements, when practiced consistently, lead to massive growth. Just like the story of a person who decides to read just one page of a book every day. Though that may not seem significant at first, after a year, they will have read 365 pages. And over several years, they will have read an entire library. Consistency in small actions creates exponential growth that eventually becomes noticeable and impactful. This is true in every area of life, whether in fitness, business, or personal development. The little things matter, and consistency is the glue that holds them all together. Without consistency, even the best intentions will remain unfulfilled, and progress will be slow or non-existent. By committing to showing up every day, we create a snowball effect that leads to real, lasting change. Another critical aspect of developing self-discipline is learning to manage distractions. We live in an era of constant information bombardment. Our phones, computers, and social media platforms are designed to capture our attention and keep us hooked. It is easy to lose track of time scrolling through social media, watching videos, or checking emails. These distractions are not inherently bad, but when they begin to take over our time and focus, they can hinder our ability to stay disciplined and consistent. To develop self-discipline, we must learn to manage our attention. This may involve setting boundaries for ourselves, such as limiting screen time, scheduling specific times for social media use, or blocking out distractions when working on important tasks. Self-discipline involves saying no to things that may feel good in the moment, but ultimately detract from our long-term success. By creating an environment where distractions are minimized, we set ourselves up for success. The courage that says no. Self-discipline also requires a deep level of self-awareness. It's about understanding your weaknesses and strengths and being honest with yourself about where you need to improve. This might involve recognizing that you tend to procrastinate or that you have trouble staying committed to long-term goals. The more aware you are of your tendencies, the better equipped you will be to address them. For instance, if you know that you're more likely to skip your morning workout if you don't prepare the night before, you can plan ahead by laying out your clothes and preparing your workout gear the evening before. Self-awareness allows you to anticipate obstacles and create strategies to overcome them before they arise. This level of planning and preparation ensures that you are consistently able to follow through with your commitments even when challenges arise. It is also important to recognize that self-discipline is not about perfection. It is about progress. We will all face setbacks, mistakes, and failures along the way. The key is not to let these setbacks derail us. Instead, we must learn from them, adapt, and keep moving forward. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to develop self-discipline is expecting to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion, and aiming for it can actually hinder progress. The real measure of self-discipline is not how flawlessly we execute our plans, but how we respond to challenges and setbacks. It's about getting back on track when we fall off course and not giving up on our goals. Developing self-discipline requires patience and the understanding that growth is a gradual process. As we continue to develop self-discipline and consistency, it is essential to surround ourselves with positive influences and accountability. The people we spend time with can either support our goals or derail us from them. By surrounding ourselves with individuals who share similar values and who encourage us to stay disciplined, we increase our chances of success. Having an accountability partner or mentor can also be invaluable in keeping us on track. This external support provides motivation, feedback, and encouragement when we are feeling weak or doubtful. At the core of developing self-discipline and consistency is the belief that we are capable of achieving our goals. When we commit to being disciplined and consistent, we are saying to ourselves that we are worthy of success, that we are capable of greatness. This belief fuels our actions and reinforces our commitment to the process. It is this self-belief that allows us to keep pushing forward, even when the road gets tough. In the end, self-discipline and consistency are not just about achieving external success. They're about becoming the best version of ourselves. They're about building the character, strength, and resilience that will serve us in all areas of our lives. Through consistent effort and disciplined action, we can create a life that reflects our true potential, a life of achievement, fulfillment, and lasting success. These qualities are within all of us, waiting to be cultivated. The more we practice them, the more natural they become, and the closer we get to realizing our dreams and living a life of purpose. Reframing your mindset and mastering your emotions are two of the most crucial steps you can take in order to achieve personal growth, success, and happiness. Often we find ourselves at the mercy of our circumstances, overwhelmed by negative emotions and limiting beliefs. These forces have the power to control our actions, shaping our lives in ways that may not align with our true desires or potential. However, by learning to reframe how we think and gaining control over our emotional responses, we can change our entire approach to life. Reframing your mindset is about shifting the lens through which you view the world. It's about moving from a perspective of limitation to one of possibility. Mastering your emotions, on the other hand, means learning to respond thoughtfully to situations instead of reacting impulsively, allowing you to stay in control of your actions and decisions. These two components, mindset and emotional control, work together to create a life of greater clarity, resilience, and fulfillment. The first step in reframing your mindset is recognizing that your thoughts shape your reality. Your perception of the world is influenced by your beliefs, attitudes, and past experiences. If you have a mindset that is fixed in negativity or scarcity, you will likely view challenges as insurmountable and success as something that is only achievable by a lucky few. This fixed mindset can limit your growth. keeping you stuck in patterns of self-doubt and fear. However, when you shift to a growth mindset, you begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. A growth mindset allows you to view failure not as an end, but as a stepping stone to success. It fosters resilience, encourages experimentation, and opens up new possibilities. Instead of fearing failure, a growth mindset embraces it as an integral part of the journey. With this mindset, you begin to understand that every experience, positive or negative, contributes to your development and equips you with the tools to overcome future challenges. Reframing your mindset also requires a conscious decision to focus on solutions rather than problems. Too often, when faced with adversity, people become fixated on the obstacles in their path, which only reinforces feelings of helplessness. This negative thinking traps them in a cycle of frustration and inaction. By consciously shifting your focus to solutions, you open up the space for creativity, innovation, and action. When you face difficulties, ask yourself, what can I do to move forward? Or, what steps can I take to overcome this? Rather than dwelling on what's wrong, you start thinking about what can be done to make things right. This simple shift in focus can empower you to take charge of your circumstances, regardless of how difficult they may seem. Part of reframing your mindset is understanding that you are not your thoughts. It's easy to get trapped in a negative thought loop, especially when you're under stress or dealing with emotional turbulence. You may begin to believe that your thoughts are facts, that the critical inner voice is an undeniable truth. However, the key to mastering your mindset is recognizing that your thoughts are just that, thoughts. They don't define who you are or dictate your reality. By developing awareness of your thoughts and learning to observe them from a detached perspective, you can choose whether to accept or challenge them. When negative thoughts arise, you have the power to reframe them by questioning their validity and replacing them with more constructive and empowering beliefs. For example, if you think, I'll never be successful, reframe that thought by telling yourself, success is a journey, and I am taking steps every day toward achieving it. This simple shift can transform how you view yourself and the world around you. Mastering your emotions is equally crucial in the process of reframing your mindset. Emotions, while natural, can sometimes cloud our judgment and distort our perceptions. When we are ruled by our emotions, we may act impulsively, reactively, or defensively, leading to decisions that are not aligned with our best interests. Emotional mastery, however, enables us to pause and take a step back before we react. It's about developing the ability to be aware of our emotions without being controlled by them. Emotional awareness is the first step toward emotional mastery. It's important to acknowledge and accept your emotions as they arise. Rather than suppressing or denying them, allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, whether it's anger, sadness, or frustration. Once you've acknowledged the emotion, you can then ask yourself why you're feeling it and what triggered it. This self-inquiry helps you understand the root cause of your emotions and gives you the ability to respond in a more thoughtful, intentional way. Mastering emotions also involves learning to regulate them effectively. This means understanding that while you can't always control the external circumstances that trigger your emotions, you can control how you respond. For example, when faced with an unexpected setback or challenge, you may feel anxiety or frustration. Instead of allowing these emotions to dictate your actions, you can regulate them by taking deep breaths, grounding yourself, and focusing on what you can control. It's about creating space between the emotion and your reaction. In doing so, you allow yourself to choose a more balanced, calm, and constructive response. Over time, the ability to regulate your emotions becomes a habit, and you become less reactive and more proactive in how you approach life's challenges. A critical part of mastering your emotions is learning how to manage stress. Stress is an inevitable part of life, but it doesn't have to overwhelm us. By developing healthy coping mechanisms, such as exercise, meditation, journaling, or deep breathing techniques, we can manage stress effectively and prevent it from hijacking our emotions. Physical activity, for example, helps release endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. Meditation allows you to quiet the mind and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Journaling can help you process your thoughts and emotions, enabling you to gain clarity and perspective. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you can build emotional resilience, making it easier to stay calm and focused when faced with stressful situations. Another essential component of mastering your emotions is the ability to let go of negative emotions such as anger, resentment, or regret. Holding on to these emotions only serves to drain your energy and cloud your judgment. By learning to forgive, release grudges, and accept the things you cannot change, you free yourself from the emotional burden that holds you back. Forgiveness is not about excusing or forgetting the wrongs done to you. It's about freeing yourself from the grip of negative emotions. When you let go of resentment, you make room for more positive emotions like peace, gratitude, and joy. This emotional freedom allows you to move forward with a clearer mind and a more open heart. One of the most powerful tools for reframing your mindset and mastering your emotions is gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking or wrong in your life to what is abundant and good. When you practice gratitude regularly, you rewire your brain to notice the positive aspects of your life, even in the midst of challenges. Gratitude allows you to see opportunities rather than obstacles, solutions rather than problems. It changes your internal narrative from one of scarcity and lack to one of abundance and possibility. By focusing on what you are grateful for, you cultivate a positive mindset that helps you overcome setbacks and face challenges with a greater sense of perspective. In the process of reframing your mindset and mastering your emotions, it is important to be patient with yourself. This is not a process of instant transformation, but a gradual evolution that requires consistent practice. Change takes time, and there will be setbacks along the way. The key is to keep going, to continue practicing emotional awareness, emotional regulation, and reframing your thoughts, even when it feels difficult. Over time, you will notice a shift in your overall outlook on life. You will find yourself responding to challenges with greater ease and grace, and you will begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. By reframing your mindset and mastering your emotions, you unlock the potential for greater happiness, success, and fulfillment. These are skills that, when developed, can serve you throughout every aspect of your life, empowering you to take control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your destiny. Today, I present to you 9 principles. Building mental toughness and resilience is not easy, but it is absolutely worth it. Remember, adversity is not a roadblock. It's a stepping stone to greater strength. Self-discipline and consistency are the foundation on which resilience is built. And mastering your mindset allows you to overcome anything life throws your way. It's within you to become mentally tough. And with perseverance, you will emerge stronger than ever before. So let me leave you with this. Never back down, never quit, and always keep moving forward. The best version of yourself is just beyond your struggles, waiting to be unleashed. Thank you.